Hi guys, welcome. My name is Helen Linger, if you don't know me. And for those who don't know me, I'm a mum, I'm an ex-nurse, I'm a passionate blogger, and I'm also a coach. And I'm passionate about helping people break through their challenges to achieve their goals. Now, I was doing these hangouts every Thursday, and I have to say I've been a bit remiss lately. So I apologize for that if you've been expecting them and I haven't done them. So why do we need to feed our minds? Why do we need to get those weeds out and sow new seeds? Well, basically, when we're young, when we're growing up, we are taught all sorts of things by our parents, by our teachers, by our peers, who are all acting in the best intentions. They're doing the best they can with what they've got. But we don't always get told the best. We don't always get told the best things. We get told that money is scarce. We get told that. I remember when I was at college being told. So I'll take my glasses off. Being told that I was doing typing. I'd left school and I was waiting to be a nurse, and I was doing a typing course, and I wasn't very good at it. My heart wasn't in it because I was passionate about my nursing. And I remember the teacher saying to me, when she eventually found out I wanted to be a nurse, she said to me, "Well, you're never going to be a good typist." And years later, I went on to be a top BA. So, and typing was one of my skills. So there you go. That was a lot of whatever. Anyway, so I want to show you how important it is to feed your mind. And one of the things I want to show you or demonstrate to you is, before I go into right now, I want to take you back. I belong to Toastmasters, and I did a speech the other day. It's my 10th speech. That's the first manual over. And my speeches are always inspirational, always, because I'm passionate about inspiration. I'm passionate about law of attraction. I'm passionate about helping people achieve their greatness, achieve their full potential. That's just what I'm passionate about. Especially, anybody who's been through bullying like myself, or low self-esteem, single parents, that sort of people like that, or anybody who resonates with me, in fact. So I was doing this 10th speech, and I called it The Power of Your Words. However, for me, words and reading, because it's all in the same kind of bracket, what you put into your mind and the words you hear are very much the same. As I said, we're told when we're young, money is scarce, or money doesn't grow on trees, or you can't have that, or you'll never be that. And those are the weeds we need to get rid of. And the seeds are the words we need to hear from people, ourselves, and from these empowering books. And that's what you get when you feed your mind. So let me just share with you a couple of stories that you might not have heard of that I did in this speech. So the first one is, I don't know whether you've heard of it, it's Harpoon Apano, and it's a Hawaiian healing method. About 30 years ago, there was this high security psychiatric hospital, so not hospital, ward in Hawaii, the Hawaii State Hospital. And this ward was full of basically very, very mentally ill patients, criminals who had committed rape, murder, etc. And the whole place was very bleak because the whole energy, and if you don't understand about energy, energy is all around us. We're all energy, whether we realize it or not. The whole energy was so bleak that the wallpaper was falling off the walls. There was a high turnover of staff. Staff were off sick a lot. Nobody wanted to work there. Everybody was very quite scared of everybody. And the patients didn't go out very often because they were so aggressive. And then this new psychiatrist, Dr. Stanley Hugh Len, came into the ward. He was employed there. And all the staff were a bit skeptical. What can this new doctor do? And all he seemed to do was go into his office and ask to see the patient's records. And he used to go through the patient's records and just go through them. And they could see him talking to himself. And so somebody went in there and said to him, "What are you doing? What are you doing with the files?" And he said, "I'm doing Ho'oponopono." And they didn't look into it any more than that. But what they noticed was, within a few months of this doctor coming on board and going to his office and asking for the files and going through the files, that the garden started to look better. The whole ward looked better. Some of the prisoners had their shackles taken off. Some were transferred to a lower grade security More staff were coming on board. Staff were not taking sick time anymore. The whole place was changing. And eventually, the ward closed down. Now you can think, what on earth was he doing? Well, this Harpoon Apano, which you may have heard of, like I say, it's a Hawaiian healing method. And he believed, Dr. Stanley Huglen believed that he needed healing, as we all need healing. You know, we all go through stuff. And some people go off the rails and other people stay on the rails. And so he was going through each file, and Ho'oponopono is basically, I'm sorry, I love you, please forgive me. I'm sorry, I love you, please forgive me. And he was saying this over and over again. And the energy of him saying that, whilst he was saying it to himself, he was saying it over the patient's records, it went out further than him, because words are very powerful. It went out to the whole ward, the gardens, the staff, everything. This positive energy he was putting out there by saying, I'm sorry, I love you, please forgive me, had this incredible effect on the whole ward. And so, as I say, the ward closed down. So that is one story, and that just shows you how powerful words are. And again, words are what your parents, in the best intentions, tell you when you're younger. It's what your teachers tell you. Those are all words, and words are things we take in and we take to heart, and our subconscious starts to believe it. So that's one story. I want to share another story with you, which was part of my speech. And this is, you might have heard of this. This is by a doctor, now I'm going to get his name right, Masaru Markovic, a Japanese doctor. And he did an experiment with 3 beakers. And he had 3 beakers of rice with water in each one of them. And he set them up, 1, 2, 3. And the first beaker, he would say every day for a month, I love you, thank you. The second beaker, he would say to beaker of water and rice, I hate you. And the third beaker, he would ignore. He ignored. After a month, what do you think happened? The first beaker, I love you, thank you. The rice had fermented beautifully, let out this wonderful, gorgeous aroma. The second beaker, which was I hate you, or was it an idiot? Maybe it was you're an idiot, had turned black. And the third beaker, which was ignored, had rotted. And that's just words. And I've heard many things about this before, about the power of words. So that's just an illustration of how much our words, things we take in, things we're told, can have effect on us. So I hope that gives you some background into how powerful words and feeding our brains, our minds, is. So recently, I'm just listening to the rain. It's torrential rain out there. Recently, I'm moving. I am moving. I am going to sorry, my Skype's gone off. I am going to, I beg your pardon, sorry. I'll just put this, oops, I'll put this on. So I don't hear that. Sorry about that. My Skype's going off. I am moving back to the UK after 16 years in New Zealand. It's just something I decided to do. I've actually been thinking about it for a while, but however, I digress. So it's all very exciting and a little scary because, you know, packing up my house, renting my house out and packing all my stuff up and storing it or selling it and doing this on my own. And so the stress levels were quite high in the last few weeks. And I'm always empowering my mind. It's something I do all the time. But sorry, I'm getting distracted by Skype messages. Sorry about that. I don't know how I got onto it. I think I was working, that's right. I was talking to somebody, a wonderful new friend of mine on Facebook that I've never met, but she's a lovely lady who was helping me with my stress levels. And she started to say some things to me. And I think I also got, somebody else said something. But anyway, I got into Louise Hay. Now, I've never really looked into Louise Hay much before. I read, or not read, but I looked up You Can Heal Your Life because it's fascinating. It's absolutely amazing. I find it incredible how whatever's wrong with you, if you look into it, there's a psychological reason. I mean, for instance, oh, I can't remember what it was. If you've got headaches or knee problems, there'll be a reason. There'll be something from your background, from your past that you're holding on to. It's quite incredible. I strongly suggest you look up You Can Heal Your Life, Louise Hay. And but I found the power within you. You have the power within you, which is incredible. And Louise Hay suggests something which Nobody else I've heard of said this before, but she suggested reading her book every day or listen to the book for 30 days. And I actually listen. I don't have the book. You have the power within you. I listen to it on YouTube, and I listen to it in the evening when I'm going to bed. I listen to it in the morning when I wake up. I listen to it as much as I can. And when I'm not listening to that, I'll be listening to something else, but I listen to it all the time. And I just want to share with you some of the gems that I have got from, this is a great one, because this is, when I got this, and again, I've listened to it a lot, and so this, I just find incredible. Knowing that both we all tend to get angry with ourselves. We all just do daft things, and we think, oh, I'm so stupid. And that doesn't do you any good, because when you tell yourself you're stupid, your subconscious takes it in, and you'll continue to be stupid and do stupid things. So you've got to tell yourself, I was doing the best I could with what I had. And you think that about other people too. So instead of getting angry at your relatives or your friends or somebody who does something, tell yourself they were doing the best they could, what they had. And this is such an empowering thing to think. This is such an empowering mantra. I have it as a mantra, because when I'm out, I used to, before I got into empowering stuff, I used to get really bad road rage. I still do occasionally. And I would go, oh, what are you playing at? And now I think, okay, they're doing the best they can with what they've got. And it's just it soothes you, it calms you, it's just incredible. So that is one thing she says. Oh, the other one is mirror work. Mirror work. And this is the sort of thing, and you might be wondering, why is she sharing this with us? Because this is what you get from feeding your mind. It just improves your life. It's just amazing things. Mirror work. Louise Hay swears by mirror work, and it is fantastic, because what happens is, in the morning you wake up and you go into the mirror, and when you start doing this, I started doing this years ago, but I'm doing it every day at the moment, but I started doing it years ago, and I have to say, I just find it so funny. But you go into the mirror and you say, I love you. I really love you, Helen Lingard. I really love you. And at first you want to laugh, but the more you say it, and what happens, you also ask yourself a question. If you're having a bad day, you can go into the mirror and say, I love you, Helen Lingard. I really love you. What can I do to help you today? Or if you've had bad news or something, and your mind, honestly, you'll get the answers back. It's quite incredible. So make sure you start doing mirror work, because it's so important, because we all tend to bash ourselves. We all tend to be our own worst enemy. And I've written a blog about this today, about us being our own worst enemy. So do the mirror work every single day for 30 days. And also I would encourage you to get into this book, Louise Hay, The Power Within You. Do the mirror work. And what else have I got written down here? I have got, what amazes me about Louise Hay is she has been through so much. You know, I think she was raped and she abused when she was young, and she continued to attract those sort of men into her life. And now, you know, she's just this incredible woman. The other one I would suggest you look up is Louise Hay Prosperity. There is all on YouTube. You don't have to buy anything. You can watch these on YouTube, and it is absolutely amazing. And Wayne Dyer's the other one, The Power of Intention. And just, so I might be all over the place here. What I'm trying to say here is, we are all fed weeds when we're growing up, you know, like I said, by our parents, by our teachers, all with the best intentions. They're doing the best they could with what they had at the time. But we get those stuck in our mind, and we don't realize they're holding us back from what we want to do. So by reading empowering stuff, Louise Hay, like I say, 30 days, read it and listen to it, because I almost know it off by heart now. The other one I recommend to is Wayne Dyer, The Power of Intention. He's on YouTube as well. I have them on my iPhone. I have, I think I have Wayne Dyer. I actually have his book, I think. I have them, sometimes I have them in books, and I have them, a lot of them. Got about 20 or 40 books on my iPhone. So I plug in wherever I'm going out, in the car, walking, at night, going to bed. In the morning I wake up a bit early, and I meditate, and I listen to an empowering book. There is Psycho-Cybernetics, which is another good one. Oh, there's Tony Robbins. And if you like, you can inbox me on Facebook, and I will send you a whole list. Actually, I must do a blog about recommended reading, because I could add to it. There's so many out there. And I just cannot emphasize how good it is. Oh, the other thing I would recommend you doing too is tapping. Tap away your issues. You need to write down what things are bothering you, and write down a scale of 0 to 10 how much they bother you, and then go to Brad Yates on YouTube. Again, I'll put this into a blog so you can see it, and tap away, and you tap on these points here, and you keep tapping, and you just tap away with Brad. And you can, before you start tapping, you can, like I say, do the severity 0 to 10 and see where you are. And then once you've tapped, think again, oh, where is it now? And also what you can do, the other thing you can do, which I did, is you can feel where you feel it, because quite often you'll feel it in your body, what's bothering you, and you tap away until it goes. So that is just incredible. So I've shared with you Louise Hay. I've shared with you about Stanley Lulen. I've shared with you about Dr. Emaru, I can't say his name. No, I think it's Masaru. I give up anyway. That's about the jars. Wayne Dyer, Louise Hay. Gosh, Bob Proctor, Born Rich, amazing book. Sorry, I just need to have a drink. Or just so many. And like I say, if you want to know more, I'm happy to send you some details. But I'm going to put a blog together tomorrow, because there's just so, I did one a while ago, but I haven't done it for a while, so that'll be my blog tomorrow. And what else I want to say to you? I don't think there's anything else. Let me just see if, I don't think I enabled questions. Let me just see. Let me just see if I can. Let me just see. I don't know. I can get questions. Oh, okay. I need to do that before I did. Okay. Well, we've just about to hit the 20 minutes mark, and I don't want to keep you too long. I think that's all I wanted to say, really. I just want you to know how important it is to feed your mind and get those weeds out. And all it means is just whenever you've got downtime, turn off the news, turn off the newspapers, don't look at the news, just feed your mind. Just read empowering material and listen to empowering material. And yeah, and I'd love to hear your feedback on this hangout if you enjoyed it. I will endeavour to be back here every Thursday evening at this time, 7:30, until I'm on my way. So that's all for now. Thank you for joining me, and this will be replayed, so I'll stick the replay up. And remember, get those weeds out and feed your mind with seeds. Talk to you soon. Until next time. Oh, check out my blog. Yes, check out my blog, workwithhelinger.com, and check me out on Facebook. Talk to you soon.